So, did you notice in the first part of his video, he had some really cool, edgy way to say black folk? Did you notice that? That is the telltale sign of a racist who doesn't want to get caught. But that's only the second one. You know what the first one is? Hiding your face. Hiding your face. A very simple technique, too. When you hide your face, you don't have to worry about the backlash. I mean, think about it. All those Patriot Front guys.
Wow, what a shocker. Another melanated supremacist calling other people racist. I actually originally planned on responding to this amoeba's entire video. However, there's no point in responding to the conclusion of an argument if the initial two premises are flawed. So let us tackle those two initial flawed premises and show what an amoeba this fella really is. Premise one is that I call people urban culture amoebas because I don't like people of a particular race. And if you know anything about theistic essentialism, you know this was flawed and jumped all over it right away. The reason that this premise is flawed, little man, is because theistic essentialists stand with science. We don't believe that race exists. And if you don't believe race exists, then you can't believe one race is superior to another. And we call that sound, formal, deductive reasoning, little man. But you've probably never heard of that. So I wouldn't really expect you to be able to follow. The truth here is I'm not a racist at all. I'm a culturist. But you do believe in race. So when I talk bad about a particular culture, you and your flawed assumptions assumed I was talking about race. But using your own logic against you, culture transcends any particular racial boundaries or lines. For example, the YouTuber Maybay, or Paul Wall, or the Island Boys, to me, are all urban culture amoebas. Similarly, Barack Obama, Neil deGrasse Tyson, or Thomas Sowell are not urban culture amoebas. You see, it has nothing to do with race at all. But again, you just assume that when I say urban culture amoebas that I'm speaking to a particular race. And the reason you're doing this is because you're trying to craft a false narrative against me that I, in fact, am a racist, which again fails on every front. Now, your next failed premise had to do with me wearing a mask and hiding my face. Well, little man, I don't know if you're new here or have had the opportunity to look around, but I have hundreds of videos where I don't have on a mask. I also have numerous videos explaining why I do wear the mask so much. So your claim that I'm hiding or don't want to show my face is just a pathetic failure like premise number one. The truth here is that everyone knows who I am and I'm not hiding from shit. Matter of fact, if you want to really know who I am, DM me your address and I'll personally mail you a bobblehead from my fan appreciation night. And I'll even fucking sign it for you. So every night when your wife's doing the dishes, she can look at daddy. And then she can ask you, babe, you really got to talk to this guy on TikTok? And then you'll have to say, yeah, babe, he fucking cooked me. So what have we learned from all this? Well, we've learned a couple things that we already know. Melanated supremacists will do anything to paint you as the racist, when in fact, they're really just talking about themselves. And we've also learned that they've never been considered the sharpest tools in the shed, so they construct false premises to lead to a flawed conclusion. And before I get out of here, I just want to remind everyone again, theistic essentialists cannot be racist. If you don't believe in race, you can't believe one race is superior to another. But that doesn't mean that we aren't culturists. Now sit down in the back of the fucking class. Daddy speaking.